guys, good morning. This is Fernando. Thank you for joining us on this webinar. I will be starting the discussion right now. Thanks for all the attention to be here with me. I appreciate it. And I will start right now the improved incident management capabilities with Atlassian ITSM solutions. So guys, the main idea here about this webinar is to show to you some standards and best practice implementing incident management, how we can use the best approach of ITSM, and of course using the Atlassian tool. So I will show the main idea about the process, because before the tools we need to talk about the process. So it's very important to understand what we are trying to implement, why we are working right now with the IT teams, and what is our best practice to be implemented. And after that, we will start to talk a little bit about Atlassian. How can you use Atlassian on the ITSM ecosystems, and how we can improve your team and all the informations from the other side. So basically, the idea here is, like I said, a briefly introduction about ITSM, what is the main pain point from the IT teams using the ITSM approach, and how we can improve not only the ITSM, but the incident management. So when we are talking about ITSM, we have different process and we have different ways to manage different techniques as well. But right now, we will focus on incident management. Okay, so the main idea here is to show how we can improve uh, the incident management process. After that, using the Atlassian tool. So we will have the case of Atlassian in the IT team. So basically, it's from the process that we are discussing how we can use it in the Atlassian tools. Okay, so it will be a case. It's not a demo, a real example, but I will show to you how we can connect all the information from the process side, like you said, and how we can use the Atlassian. And at the end of the presentation, you have the Q&A. So feel free to ask me some questions about the presentation, and if you have any situation, or if you want to bring to us some examples, or if it's possible to do that, to do this, feel free to ask me as well on the Q&A sessions. So I'm Fernando. Like I said, when I'm starting the webinar, I'm Fernando Horn. I'm working, has been 10 years here at IT Core, and working only with Atlassian products. So I have the main role today as a technical leader of the Atlassian team. So basically, my main role is to connect the sales team, the delivery team, how we can organize better the process, how we can help the consultant to implement the project, what is the best practice on the market, how we can create a better solution, how we can use the tools with the best format. So basically, I'm the guy who is helping now the team and probably disseminating all the knowledge on the Atlassian tool. So 10 years, it's a huge experience. So I worked in different projects, I worked on different areas here at Ecor. So I'm a little bit working with all the teams right now. So like I said, the sales, delivery, so I'm here to help you. So the idea, it's not only Atlassian, but process as well. So we work on the both scenarios too. And this is why I want to talk right now about eCore. It's just a brief introduction about eCore. So basically, we are a platinum solution partner from Atlassian. So we are one of the biggest partners of Atlassian, probably I can say in the world. And our main focus right now is to bring the experience about Atlassian improving your process, not only the product. For example, Jira, probably you already know Jira, but we understand that it's possible and it's flexible to create your process in Jira. But our main idea here is to go step over and start to talk about the process. So we are Platinum Solution Partner from Atlassian. We understand all the tools from Atlassian from all the tools, the products that they have. We are able to work with you to implement this product, but we are process experts as well. So we can work with ALM, with DevOps, with the best approach of connecting the dev teams with the operation as well, and ITSM. So if you are talking about ITSM on this webinar, we are an expert. So we can understand your main scenario from your company and we can improve it. So we can bring some suggestions, we can work with you, like I said, not only on the tool side, but the process side as well. Because this is what we are doing right now. Agile transformation, using SAFe, scale agile with the portfolio management option. So this is our approach right now, because we know that the next challenge after the tool, it's not only the enhancements, but understand how we can improve the process from your company as well. So the tool, it's only one part of the entire work that we are implementing with Atlassian products. Okay, we are located in US and Brazil as well. So I'm the tech lead from a global team from US and Brazil as well. I'm located in White Plains, New York. So I'm working with the team here in White Plains to bring this experience for you guys on the US side. But we have our office in Brazil. We are a Platinum Solution Partner in Brazil as well, and we have great projects there. So it's been a long journey working with Atlassian. Has been 12 years that eCore is partner from Atlassian, 12, 13 years. So it's really nice to understand that we have different projects, we have different opportunities to work with the process, and we are here to help you as well. Okay, this is just a little bit about numbers of eCore. So different customers with different approaches, with different industries, like we are showing here, different customers, Atlassian resource. So we are a huge team. We are not only 1, 2, 3 people working in the Atlassian partner eCore. We are a global company, and our main focus is to bring the Atlassian experience. So we have a lot of Atlassian certifications. We have a great customer satisfaction rating for all the projects. After all the projects, we send an NPS, and we have a great result for the NPS as well. So we are a huge team. So we are improving and growing even more every year with Atlassian, because Atlassian is growing. We are growing. So we are bringing all the news from Atlassian to our customers. So this is the idea about eCore, not only work to sell the license, to start talking with Atlassian, but create a partnership with our customers. So we have different offers. We have implementation side, we have training, we have support as well. So we are able to talk with you about your necessity. So this is our main approach. Feel free to send me an email. I can share with you the main contacts of eCore. So let's share the knowledge from Atlassian with you guys. So this is our main role here, our main job. But I'm a technical guy. I'm not only the guy who is working with sales team, but I'm the technical guy. So let's start working with ITSM. So this is the main approach for our webinar today. So let's start to talking with ITSM. Okay, before talking incident management, let's do an overview about ITSM. So it's very important to say that we are working with a transformation from your company. So the way things work is changing. So it's really difficult to be, I don't know, with existing process from years to years, from old process and old school approach with your customer. So we need to start to improve. And the IT team, it's in the middle of this transformation, because the IT team is responsible to deliver a better solution and integration for your company, for your customers, so for all who's involved with your business. So IT teams, it's very important to be, I don't know, with a priority on this digital transformation. So it's very important to see the user support, outage, response infrastructure, change, and asset management. So it's really important to see how we are working right now, how we are doing our job. Are we doing okay? If you are doing okay, what you need to improve it. And sometimes if you are working with this approach here with the user support, infrastructure, change and asset management, can be a nightmare, right? So it's really interesting that uh, our main focus here is to improve not only the process, not only the tools, but probably the life of your team. So this is our main idea, and probably avoid some interesting and particular examples of this picture. Working at night, on the weekends, to at least have to solve the issues, or I don't know, probably work with your team to bring news and keep the customer aligned with your results. So this is the idea. And this is why, for the IT teams working with the customers, we work with ITSM. So ITSM, it's uh, the approach, the process, and the guideline for the IT teams, for the service teams. So remember, ITSM, IT Service Management, it's the way that we can work with your teams with the best approach. Okay, so we can work on the design, deliver, manage, improve. So we have best practice from ITSM. So it's the definition on how we can improve the service process from your company. So ITSM, it's the best way to understand how we can improve it, the process. It's very similar, for example, from the project management perspective, work with Agile, work with DevOps. So it's the best practice, how we can have a guide, how we can improve it, my process, following the best practice from the market. So we have Agile, for project management, and we have ITSM for service management as well. Okay, so ITSM, it's how we manage the delivery of end-to-end IT service to your customers. So from the when we receive a ticket, when we are working, when we need to deliver that, when we need to learn. So ITSM, it's covering all these phases, all these steps for your company and for your process. Okay, so let's start with ITSM definition. This is very important. So design, create, deliver, and support IT service, including hardware, software, and other workplace technology as well. So the idea is not focus only on one team, but integrate the team, how we can support, how we can uh, work on the development side, how we can deliver that, and how we can support again. So how we can use it, all this information, even connecting the DevOps solution as well. So the ITSM, it's the best practice to use it on your service information. But we have some pain points working the ITSM solution, the current one. So innovation, self-service, visibility, adaptability, coordination with dev teams, and high costs. So this is some examples that I bring to you from the old process that we are at work at, even with ITSM, even we are working with the approach for the service desk, we can have some gaps. as you know, all the process can have some gaps. And this was some feedbacks from our customers that, okay, we are working with ITSM, not with Atlassian, because our main idea is to work with Atlassian, but we are having some issues in the ITSM. Okay, we are following the best practice, so we are working with ITSM. So what's wrong? How we can improve it? I have some pay points here. Okay, so let's start with innovation in this case. It's the digital transformation. We are hearing a lot about uh, digital transformation, how we can start transformation of our company, from the process, from the teams, from the strategy, as well from your company. So it's very important to be uh, on the side of this innovation, right? So self-service for your customer, visibility for all your management team. So it's very important to see, okay, we are working with ITSM, but are we using the best approach for ITSM? So this is the main question, okay? And probably we are thinking, okay, Fernando, you are saying that ITSM is the best approach, but we have some pay points. How can you use ITSM with a better approach? How can I implement ITSM with a better approach? So this is the question that probably we are doing right now, and I have the answer right now. ITSM, it's the approach, but let's use ITIL to implement the best practice of ITSM. Because ITSM can have different frameworks, can have different formats to implement the best idea about ITSM. But ITIL, it's the best one. And we have the version 4, so we have some guidelines, we have some standards for your company that can help you to implement this ITSM solution. So we are starting with ITSM. So IT service management, we need to understand what we need to manage. How we can implement that, we can use ITIL. So it's a framework from ITSM that can use it to implement the best practice. Okay, so it's part of ITSM. So basically it's the framework. It's the same that we need to work with Agile, and we are working with Scrum, for example. So it's the best way to implement the ITSM. So it's a set of practices for ITSM that have focus online IT service with business needs. Okay, so we are working with ITSM, ITIL, and it's the best approach for ITSM from my opinion. And probably it's the one that almost all the companies using and trying to apply the ITSM approach, it's using, or at least it's trying to use to improve it, your process. Okay, so this is the best way to work on the transformation and growth of your company. And I showed to you that ITIL, it's not only working with the best practice for incident management. We have for service request management, we have for problem management and change management as well. So we can see all the best practice of ITSM, ITIL it's working to implement the best workflow for that. We have the approach, ITSM, it's on the top of your list. How to use ITSM in your company, we are using ITIL to implement that. The best practice of ITSM approach. Okay, but let's work with the incident management right now, because we have some gaps, and the incident management, it's the first contact with your customer. So this is the idea. Let's improve your incident management using the best practice that we from eCore, Atlassian, so all the users from this community, it's trying to implement, and we are having some success. Okay, I'm talking a lot. We have a lot of information to share with you guys. So where we are, so it's very important to be situated on our best approach here. So we talked about ITSM. So ITSM, it's the process to implement and start to verify from your company. We saw that to implement ITSM, the best practice it's ITIL, and it's our solution. So ITIL for ITIL version 4, it's the best approach. We have the incident management inside the ITIL approach. The best practice implement incident management, and now we'll work on the best practice of this process. Okay, can you have ITSM, ITIL, and service management, ITSM, ITIL, and problem management, and ITSM, ITIL, and change management? Yes, absolutely. We have 4 main processes from ITSM, remember? And ITIL is working for these 4 processes, but we are working right now on the incident management side. Okay? Can have other discussions about the best approach of problem management with your development team, change management as well. So feel free to send me questions or even an email that I will share my email with you guys. So feel free to ask me more information about the other process as well. What is the definition of incident management? Okay, so basically it's if a user it's open an issue for you, a ticket, I don't know, with some failure or your system is down or something like that related to your products, related to your service, this is the incident management. So it's an incident. So we are having an incident in our company. So incident management, it's to manage all this situation that we have specific for our business. Okay, so it's the process that the team members can check the ticket, respond with a better approach and faster to delivery, or at least solve the issues that your customer is facing. Okay, so this is incident management. So probably we are at working with incident management. You are working with ITIL, with ITSM, but we are not worried about, okay, this is the process, so this is the approach that we are following, and I need to learn more, I need to understand more to see how we can use it better, this process. So this is the definition about incident management. So you need to start thinking, okay, we have incident management, but let's see the best practice. Let's see how Atlassian can help us, and documentation. Let's take a look with eCore, how we can improve it. So this is the idea about process, not only tools. Okay. Another definition here. Basically, the incident is the event that have a, I don't know, specific solution that we need to solve, the solution that we need to bring to our customers. So incident, that's it. So, but remember, we'll show here, and probably I'll talk with you guys, that incident management, it's not only to solve the issue or to solve the ticket. We have a lot of questions to work together with that. Okay, before the ticket, during the ticket, after the ticket. So incident management will show not only how we can create a ticket and solve, but how we can connect other solutions from Atlassian to bring more and more innovation for you. Okay, so this will be the main idea here, and it's very important to understand what is the 4 steps that we are bringing here. So the first one is identify and communicate. So we are receiving the ticket, and how we are working on the triage, how we are showing the information to the customer, how we are integrating the team to have a better communication. So this is the best, the first step. The second one is investigate and diagnose. So we can start to looking in our ticket to verify the troubleshooting and have some collaborations from our team. we need to resolve and recover. So this is the step probably the customer is waiting to solve, to resolve the ticket, and probably to recover the information. But we need create a documentation, we need to verify, we need to work with the team. So we have a lot of steps on this one and the closure process. So this one, it's the final one after the ticket was solved to start to improve your knowledge from this process, or at least from these issues. So learning, sharing, reporting, and KPI, for example, some metrics from your company. But the first one, it's the mean time to resolution. So this is very important. Identify and communicate, investigate and resolve. It's the 3 steps that we need to work for your customer, because it's crucial for your business, for your customer ticket. So MTTR, it's very important. It's the time to resolution. So this is really important from your company. And this is why we have the main focus here right now, because it's the moment from the ticket creation and the resolution of this ticket, and how we can use this approach during this during this period, during this time of the ticket. Okay, and how we want to implement that using automation, understand the incident impact, open communication, very important, is access to service. Chat ops, it's very important. We are not working with only one tool. We are working with different teams, so we need different tools as well. Strong cross-functional team communication, not only with your IT team, but with your development team, how we can improve it, how we can use it, and the post-incident learning. So it's very important. So with this approach, with this incident management approach, we will have a lot of solutions from Atlassian to do that. So this is awesome. So this is the best moment that we have here on the solution, because we are bringing different definitions, and as you can see, we have automation because we need to be faster. We need to be agile from our team. We need to understand the incident impact with CMDB. So it's very important to have a clear form for your user, your customer create, and fill all the information for your team communication. So we have a lot of different options to work here, and we have different solutions for that too. It's not only one tool, because sometimes we are focused only in Jira, because we know Jira, it's the most famous tool, and for me it's the best solution that we have in the market. But we have other solutions as well that we can integrate it with Jira, and Atlassian is providing that. So it's a default integration. So it's a default tools from Atlassian suite. So this is great, and this is how we use for this approach. How we can use Atlassian tools in this approach. So we have automation, we have communication, we have documentation, we have chat ops, and we have a lot of solutions from Atlassian as well. We are not using just third-party tools. We have just one third-party tools here. It's the Slack, because Atlassian have a partnership with Slack, because I don't know if you remember, Atlassian was working with HipChat and Stride, but now it's working only with Slack, not with HipChat and Stride anymore. So Slack is the chat app solution, the official from Atlassian. But let's see all this process here, guys. So this is the workflow. We have all the main steps from the ITSM solution, and this is the incident management workflow. The incident reported. So let's go step by step. The incident reported. We have two main tools here right now on this process. We will have Jira Service Desk and OpsGene. Okay, I will not explain right now what is the each tool right now here, but don't be afraid. We will show how to work with Jira and Ops Genie in the next slides. IT team alerts. So it's very important to have alerts for your company because we need to be proactive. We need to be faster, like I said before, and we need to be agile. So let's use Ops Genie for that. We need to analyze and we need to categorize. So we need to show to the customers, we need to show the information from your company internally and share this information from your customers as well. So we have Slack for chat ops communication, and we have status page to show the information to your customer. Okay. We have the assignment. So Jira Service Desk. Here, Jira Service Desk, it's fabulous. It's the best tool from the service management that we have on the market. And Jira Service Desk, you see that it's the most usage tool here on this process. Investigation. So we can discuss in the Slack information with your team. We can work on the ticket side from Jira Service Desk, and we can share the information, share all the content that your team is working with stats page for your customer. So let's bring the customer to our side. Okay, so this is the idea about stats page and how we can show the information to your customer, and resolution and closure at the end of the process. Okay, and you can see we will show the information on the stats page. We will have alerts on the Ops Genie side. We will have the ticket on Jira Service Desk and Confluence. Probably you already know about Confluence, and Confluence it's the documentation solution. How we can manage our documents, how we can manage our content and our knowledge base, so we can create post-incident review to verify how we can improve it on the next incidents, how we can create articles, troubleshooting on the Confluence side. So let's keep Confluence here on the resolution and closure step on the workflow. Okay, so here you have all the steps to implement the incident management in your company. Okay, but let's see how we can use it from the operation perspective, because I want to show to you that it's not only definition, but we can work together. So I will show to you some definitions from these tools, and probably you have enough information that see, okay, it's possible to integrate all the solution. So as you can see here, we have Ops Genie, we have Slack, we have status page, we have Confluence, and we have Jira Service Desk. So it's 5 different tools with different ideas, with different approaches that we are connecting, we are integrating from the Atlassian suite. Okay, so this is the main idea about these tools. Let's integrate all this information here for your company. And now let's see how it works, right? Because we are working from the workflow perspective with all the steps that we can use in the incident management. But let's see how we can integrate the solution. So let's get the MTTR, the time to resolution. Okay, so this is the approach that it's important for your customers. So let's see how we can use it, the main definition here for these 3 main steps in areas. Remember, identify, investigate, and resolve. Okay, we have the 4th one, it's the process to closure. But let's see these 3 ones that we have the integration between your customer with this information. So remember the process? So this is the workflow with all the tools, with all the steps. But let's break and put the identify and communicate with the steps that we have on the workflow. So incident reported, IT teams alerted, analysis, and categorization. So this is the 3 steps that we are working on the identify and communicate with your team. So we will have Jira Service Desk, Opsgenie, Slack, and status page on this part of the process. Okay, but don't worry, guys. The idea about this approach here with these tools, it's the best practice. So it's not necessary to have all these tools here to implement the approach of incident management. We can use just Jira Service Desk, but we are improving that, right? So we are extending the functionalities only for Jira Service Desk that we have with different tools from Atlassian. Okay, so let's see. It's just a history here. So it's just how we can use these products together. So we have Jira Service Desk. Jira Service Desk, the most famous tools on this tool set that we are showing. So it's the tool that we have a customer portal for our customer, for our client, and we have different forms to create here. We have different options for our customer. We have, for example, report a system problem, so we can create a ticket. We can have different fields here for your user. So basically, it's the tool that we can create and manage the tickets. And here for your agent, we will have all the information about incident, status, SLAs as well, the SNE comments. So all the information that your customer created, this is the agent view. As you can see here, it's the customer portal, and here it's the agent view. Okay, so basically Jira Service Desk is the tool to manage all this information. Okay, all the tickets for agents, all the information for your company. So we can have Jira Service Desk connect with Jira software as well. So let's organize the tickets here. Okay, so we have error connecting in the VPN. So this is a ticket from our cloud instance, as you can see. So we are facing issues to connect in the VPN, and this is affecting our production deployment schedule for today. So this is a critical environment and a critical ticket in this moment. So how we can improve it? So how we can, for example, receive this ticket and work faster for our customer. Okay, so the next steps here, it's Opsgenie. So this is a new tool, probably for you guys. It's a great tool to manage all the information and notification for your team. Not only for your customer, because we are solving the ticket for your customer, sorry, but we are receiving a lot of messages from different tools, from different perspectives, and how we can organize these alerts, this message, and how we can send organize it for our teams. So Opsgenie, it's the tool that we will see all the alerts from different tools, from Jira as well, and we will send for all our IT team. Okay, so Opsgenie, it's the tool that we will integrate it with Jira to send messages, to send SMS, to send Slack notification, to organize all the alerts from your company and share with your agents, with your internal team. Okay? So basically the idea is to start integrating with different tools. So this is Opsgenie here. So we have a perfect image showing that we can have different integrations with different tools. So if you are using a New Relic, for example, if you are using only Jira, for example, or different solutions to manage and track and monitoring tools as well. So Opsgenie can organize all these notifications, these alerts, and starting to share with your team, like I said. So for example, can we create, for example, an integration between New Relic and Jira, and if you have an incident from New Relic, can we create the ticket in Jira Service Desk, and Jira Service Desk create the Opsgenie alert and send a notification for our team? Absolutely. This is the perfect workflow. Okay, or if you are not using a monitoring tool on Jira Service Desk as well. So if we are creating a ticket in Jira Service Desk, we can automatically create an alert here on Ops Genie and send and organize all the messages for your team. Okay, so you can have different integrations for different tools, and it's the same for chat ops. So we can integrate with Slack, other solutions for chat communication. So we can have the same information from the monitoring tools and management tools to the chat options. Okay, so this is the first step. What do we need to uh, starting to monitoring here on our company, on our business? Okay, so OpsGenie will help you to organize all this information. So this is an example. This is the alerts. OpsGenie is a tool to manage all the alerts from your company. Okay, so in this case, we created a ticket in Jira Service Desk. Error connecting in the VPN. So this is the ticket from Service Desk. Service Desk can send, for example, a notification by email, but how we can organize, for example, if you have on-call resource, if you have, I don't know, a specifically queue from your company with different persons working in different times. It's a weekend, it's after hours, business hours. So how we can organize this allocation, how we can organize all this information. OpsGenie will be possible working with these alerts and with the on-site and on-call configuration as well. Okay, and integrated with Jira Service Desk. So here we have the same ticket with the same information. So if you add any comments here, any notes here, we will add in Jira Service Desk as well. If you are adding in Jira Service Desk, we'll show here in OpsGenie as well. So this is the tool for your agents, the tool for your internal team working together to share the message and share the solution internally as well. Okay? And the second step is we receive this alert and this integration from Jira Service Desk. How we can start the on-call management and for which user I need to send the notification, the information. Okay, so we will have the on-call information here and how we can have the escalation options and escalation rules here. So for example, I have only me on this team, in the IT team. So all the tickets will send to Fernando. For example, a message, SMS, I don't know, an email, a Slack message, so we can have different rules and different notifications. But here it's only me, it's only my user, but here we can have different approaches with different people, so with different rules. For example, to send an SMS after you created the alert, after 5 minutes send a notification, after 10 minutes send another notification for your I don't know, your manager, for example, your leader. So we can create different approach for the on-call definition. So we receive the alerts. OpsGenie will be responsible to manage the information and send this notification for your users. Okay, so it's the monitoring tool from Atlassian, but not for your. It's the tool that we are working to show the information and send this for your users. Okay, it's the on-call management as well. We can receive message by SMS, the old school message. We can send notification for Slack as well, so we can have different formats and different definitions of this integration. We can have reports, different reports, not the reports from Jira, but the reports to see the alerts. If you are connecting the alerts with the Jira Service Desk tickets, we can have the same information here. The number of Jira Service Desk tickets, it's the same from the alerts. We can have different information here with different graphics, with different reports, with different metrics. So it's very, very important, and it's really nice to have different information, not only the same from Jira, but here we can have different as well. And we can have not only for the alerts, but we can have the on-call metrics as well. So if you are we are working on the on-call, we have the days, the average for on-call answer from your agent, from your IT team. So it's really, really nice to have OpsGenie. Okay, so we are integrating Jira Service Desk with OpsGenie here right now. And we have status page. So one more tool. I know we are tired about a lot of tools, different formats, and different ways to show to the customer, but stats page, it's the tool for your customer. OpsGenie, it's for your team, internal team, for your IT team. Stats page, it's the tool that we can share the information from your tickets and from your from your status, to your customers, because sometimes we need to show to the customer what is the real status, not only for one customer but for multiple customers, because probably they are having the same issue. So can you imagine that it's difficult to share the same information for all the tickets, for all the users, for all the company? So status page, it's a tool, it's a cloud tool open for your customer that is showing what is the real status of your product, for example. Your VPN access, for example, your product, your business, and it's showing if you are having some issues, it's okay to work on that. So this is the status page, and we can have details on that. As you can see here, we have a real example from Atlassian, managing the service from Jira Software Cloud. So we have all the options here: view content, create and edit, and it's just a small status saying it's operational. So it's okay, it's green. So we are not having any issues. But if you are having issues, we can show to the users, for example, errors when accessing Jira Cloud. So we have the status, investigating and resolve it, and we have the time and all the solutions. Can we integrate with OpsGenie, for example, if you are working with OpsGenie or Jira Service Desk and send the information here? Absolutely. So we can integrate OpsGenie with status page and send the incident timeline, the incident management, the alert information to a status page and show to your customer the same information that we have for your agents. Okay, so this is why you are using status page. Okay, so just to be clear, we have Jira Service Desk for the ticket management, we have OpsGenie for the alerts management, how we can send message to agents, and we have status page to manage the information for your customer, to share this content for your customer. Okay, so basically, this is the first step: Jira Service Desk, OpsGenie for the incident management, the OpsGenie to send the alerts for your team, the message for your team, and start the categorization and show the customer all the information that we have from your ticket. So we have Slack and status page as well. Okay. If you are trying to investigate and start to work on that, we have assignment with Jira Service Desk. It's not necessary to show the tool again, but to have this information, and we start the investigation side with Slack, working on the side for all the information with your dev team, with your IT team, Jira Service Desk as well to work with the customer, and status page to share for all your company the status for this the status of the ticket as well. Okay, and from the time to resolution workflows, the latest one is resolution and closure. Okay, status page to show to the customer that we solved the issue, OpsGenie to close the alerts from your company and not send SMS and message for your team anymore, Jira Service Desk to close the ticket for your customer, and Confluence. Here we have Confluence to work on the post-incident review. So you can have Confluence to work to review the incident, create, for example, our lessons learned, how we can improve it, the usability, and at least the knowledge from your product. And we have the knowledge base space as well. So how we can create and how we can have information to share with the customer in the future. And internally as well, we have the quick information to solve the ticket probably. Okay, so we have Confluence for post-incident review, working on this incident management workflow and knowledge base as well. Okay, so this is the main workflow for incident management. Okay, as you can see, you have Jira Service Desk, Ops Genie, Slack, Status Page, and Confluence. 5 tools from Atlassian uh, products, Atlassian tools that we can use in your company. Okay, so basically, this is the benefits of ITSM with Atlassian right now. How we can organize the tickets, how we can reduce the tickets, because we have status page showing the information for your company. We are working together with your customers. We have a better communication. We have knowledge base. We have communication with your team because we have Slack connecting with the team, notifications being sent to the Slack rooms, and agility in customer service. We are working with agile approach right now. Okay, so this is the main idea, guys. I know that we have a lot of information here, a lot of tools, but the idea was to show how is the Atlassian ecosystem working with the incident management and how we can use the Atlassian tools on this incident management approach. Okay, so I really like this picture you receive. If you want, we can share with you this content. You have the record of this webinar as well, but this picture can help you a lot to understand what is your pain points, what you need to improve it, and how you can use it better, the information from Atlassian as well. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you for all your attention. I know, like I said, we have a lot of information to share. We have a lot of content to share with you as well. Feel free to ask us. We are here to help you, and this will be my pleasure working with you guys. So now we have some minutes to work on the QA session. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me right now on the webinar options that we have on the GoToMeeting, and I can answer to you. If not, let me put my email here. Sorry for, I need to put here. You can use it and feel free to share information with me, guys. Questions or any information that you have. Let's see, we have one question here. So I have just one question here. Can we integrate different chat ops with Jira Service Desk or OpsGene as well? Yes, we can. I'm showing the Slack, guys. It's because it's the partner from Atlassian, but you can have other options. So basically, the OpsGene alerts and messages work with webhooks. So if you have information about, for example, send notifications to other tools, and if you can create the bot and we can create webhooks as well, we can integrate with different tools, not only from the chat ops, but monitoring tools and management tools as well. But let's try to use the main idea about Atlassian approach, but feel free to use it or other solutions as well. It's the same scenario from OpsGenie too. Uh, let's see, other question here. Quick question, is Jira Service Desk ITIL compliant? Yes, absolutely. So this is why I'm showing to you guys, the ITIL process, because it's 100% ITIL compliance. So we are using the best approach of the market, and we are 100% supported for this approach. So we can use Jira Service Desk, at least Jira Service Desk. It's not necessary to have all the tools, but Jira Service Desk is already ITIL compliant. So we can use it for your process, and we can extend with the other products like we showed here. Okay. Other question here about status page. How, just a question here, how it works, the license approach for status page, since we are sharing with the customer. It's a good question. Actually, we have two options for status page. One is to connect with your AD and LDAP, and we can share users and passwords to access the status page and see the information there. Or you can have the options to open the status page to the world, and all the people that have access to the URL, your website, can see the information. So it's not necessary to have a user to log in the status page, but at least the logins in this case, it's based on the users that will configure status page and will access the information. But you can share for the world without any access and users as well. Okay. I believe that's it, guys. We are closing and almost finishing our time here. Thank you for all the attention, like I said. If you have any questions, feel free to send a message. I'm here to help you guys. And that's it. I really appreciate it, your attention, and have a great day and a great weekend ahead. Thank you, guys.